Hello, I welcome you to today's lesson. My name is Paul, and so for today we have science for basic 5. Today's lesson is the last lesson for you, those in basic 5. Today's lesson is the last one, so pay attention, and if you have questions, so feel free, ask your questions. Go to the comment section and write. But before you ask your questions, I want to know your name, so write down your name. You write the name of the school and the name of your town. My name is Paul Williams. If you want to know my name, already you know my name. Okay, so today we are looking at strand 5. The topic for today is impact of deforestation on climate change. Impact of deforestation on climate change. So today's lesson is about deforestation. It's about climate change, the effects of deforestation on the climate, the changes that it can cause. So today that is what we are looking at. We don't know what deforestation is, eh? You don't know? Take your time. Let's look at the keywords. The first word is deforestation. So deforestation means cutting down trees. Cutting down trees. That is deforestation. The next word is afforestation. Afforestation. It is opposite to deforestation. So what do you think afforestation is? This deforestation is cutting down trees or felling of trees. Afforestation means planting of trees. Planting of trees. Here you plant the trees, here you cut the trees. Deforestation is cutting down of trees. Then afforestation is what? Planting of trees. The next word is climate. Climate. We are talking about average weather condition. The weather. So average weather condition over a period of time. Okay. The next word is impact. Impact. Impact, we are talking about effects. Effects. So we have positive impacts and negative impacts. The result of doing something. So the result could be positive, it could be negative. So impact means effects. The next word is environment. Environment. Environment refers to the things that are around us. So that is what we are looking at today. Okay, so both humans and animals depend on trees for survival. Trees are parts of the environment and have an impact on climate change. What is deforestation? It is the felling of trees without replanting them. The opposite of deforestation is afforestation. Trees are so important to humans' lives, and this is why they say that when the last tree dies, the last man will also die. Today we are looking at trees. Our lives depend on trees. Our lives depend on plants. Why? Let me tell you. We breathe in something. What do we breathe in? We breathe in air, the air that goes into the body. The oxygen in the air is used by the body. So we breathe in oxygen. We breathe out carbon dioxide. Where do we get the air, the oxygen? The oxygen, we get it from plants. We get it from trees. We get it from the vegetation. So the plants will release oxygen into the air or into the atmosphere, and human beings will breathe in the oxygen. So if plants are not there, what is going to release oxygen into the air for us to breathe? That is why we are saying that if plants are not there, human beings will die. Because imagine there is no oxygen for you. What do you think will happen? You will die. Those who go there are those who are sick, and sometimes they are rushed to hospitals. The moment they get there, doctors, nurses, they try to give the person oxygen. So oxygen is very important. Without it, you can't breathe in, you can't breathe out, you will die. So trees are so important. Apart from that, the food that we eat, where do we get the food? We get food from plants. We get food from what? Plants. Without plants, where are you going to get rice, maize to prepare your food? Without plants, where are you going to get plantain to prepare your food? Without plants, where are you going to get cabbage to prepare your food? So if plants are not there, human beings, we will die. So those who like cutting down trees like that, it is so bad. Let's try to avoid that. Let's try to stay away from that. Deforestation, that is when we cut down trees. Anyhow, so let's understand the importance of what? The importance of the vegetation that we have, the things that we get from the plants, the trees, and other vegetations. So we say when the last tree dies, the last man will die. When the last tree dies, the last tree on earth. So if I become the last man and the last tree dies, I'll also die, because the tree that will give oxygen is not there. So where am I going to get oxygen to breathe in? And the air that we breathe out, it is called carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide, if we have it more in the air, there are so many challenges that will come to us. But you know one thing, this carbon dioxide that we have in the air, that is what plants also take in. So plants will absorb or breathe in all this carbon dioxide. The harmful one, plants will breathe them. So if there are no plants, if there are no trees, you have lots of carbon dioxide in the air, and you know the effects. So plants are so important. Let's treat plants as humans, because they are living things. We depend on them. Okay. Now, let's look at why do people cut down trees. So people cut down trees for so many reasons. Why do they do it? First one, trees are cut down for farming. So look at this. So you can see that all this side, we have forest. We have forest there. All this side we have forest. But here, within this space, the forest, you don't see it. All the trees, they have cut all the trees. So you can't see the trees here. So people cut down trees because of farming activities. Here, what they are doing is farming. So people cut down trees because of what? Farming. Okay, let's come to this side. Trees are cut down for timber or logging. So here, you see the car and you see the logs, the timber here. Have you seen them? So this is another reason why people cut down trees. The next one is here. What do you see? I can see heap of sand. I can see that this side is in a pit, something like, yes, they have dug all this side. I can see cars, vehicle, heavy machines here. So this is what? Mining. People cut down trees, or people remove trees for surface what? Mining. So this side, they are doing what? They are mining here. So that is another reason why people cut down trees. Let's come to this side. You see, this tree has been cut down. And why do they cut down trees? Trees are cut down for building or construction work. So if you want to build a house, you need wood. Where do we get the wood? We get the wood from trees. So that is another reason why they cut trees. Okay, so we have seen why people cut down trees. One, for farming, for timber, for mining, and for construction. or for building of houses. Okay, so let's look at the importance of trees in the environment. So if you have trees in your environment, we are going to look at the importance. 1, trees release oxygen into the atmosphere for us to breathe. They also clean the air by taking in harmful carbon dioxide. So if you look at the people here, they are sitting under the tree. So you can see that they are enjoying the shade. Apart from that, they are breathing in and they are also breathing out. The air that they breathe in is called oxygen. And the air that comes out, which is the carbon dioxide, that comes out from us, the trees will also breathe that air in. Okay. The next importance is that trees play an important role in the water cycle. Trees play an important role in the water cycle in the process called transpiration. So transpiration, that is when plants or trees lose water into the air. Water in the plants will move into the air. It will go into the skies, into the atmosphere. So when it gets into the atmosphere, it will change to clouds. Later it will come back to earth as rain. So transpiration, it is when plants lose water into the atmosphere. And that contributes in what we call water cycle. Water cycle is all about the movement of water from earth to the atmosphere, then back to earth, goes to atmosphere again, back to earth. That is that movement of water. Plants play important role. The role that they play is that they lose air into the air. They lose water into the air. The water that they lose into the air goes into the atmosphere. When the water also falls or come back to earth, plants will absorb it from the soil with the roots. Later, the water that have been absorbed by the plants will be released into the air again, and it will go into the into the atmosphere from clouds, come back as rain. So plants play important role when it comes to water cycle. The next one is that trees provide shade and oxygen. So we get shade from trees. At the same time, oxygen that we breathe in, we get it from trees. So look at the man, he's breathing in. He's also enjoying shade from tree. Okay. Number 4, trees serve as natural habitat for many animals. So natural habitat, we are talking about the natural home where animals live. Natural habitat. So if you look at this, you can see tree here. You can see tree. Have you seen the tree? And look at the birds. Should I catch one for you? Okay, so you see the birds here. This is where the birds live. It's a natural home for them. It's a habitat for them. So trees also serve as a habitat for animals or some animals. Okay. The next one is that trees provide food and medicine for both humans and animals. The food that we eat, we get it from trees or plants. At the same time, trees are used as medicine. People use trees as medicine to treat different kind of ailments. So we get medicine and food from trees. Now let's look at the effects of deforestation on the environment. So if we cut down trees, if you remove all the trees, if there is deforestation, what are the impacts, the negative impacts? What are the effects that we are going to have? So if your area, all trees have been cut down, what effects are you going to have? So today we are looking at the effects of deforestation on the environment. Before we look at it, just tell me, there are no trees, they have cut all the trees. What do you think? Are you going to get food? the air that you breathe in, will you get enough air to breathe in? The air that you breathe out, which is very harmful, what is going to absorb that thing? What is going to make sure that that harmful carbon dioxide in the atmosphere will be removed? If there are no trees, imagine there are no trees, where are your animals going to get food to eat? Imagine there are no trees. If you are sick and there is no hospital around, where are you going to get trees or part of the trees to prepare medicine? So you see, they are very important. Trees are very important, plants are very important. So let's look at them. If there are no trees, or effect of deforestation on the environment. Deforestation affects rainfall patterns. So I explained to you that plants, they release water vapor into what? The atmosphere. So if there are no plants, they will not release water vapor into the atmosphere, and that affects how it rains. Apart from that, if there are no trees, the rainfall pattern will change. It will change. There will be too much heat in the system. There will be too much heat on Earth, because if we have more carbon dioxide, it will affect the rainfall pattern. The next one is deforestation leads to excess carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which in turn contributes to global warming. So I mentioned of carbon dioxide. If you have excess or too much, more than needed carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the average temperature of air on land will be increased. That is global warming. So the Earth will experience high temperature if you don't have what? All our forests, all our vegetations are cut down. Okay. The next one is that deforestation causes erosion and reduces soil fertility. So this is how it looks like. What do you see here? You see this side, we have trees or plants here. We have plants here. But this side, you can see the soil and some gutters here. What causes that? It's erosion. So if there are no trees here, anytime it rains, the rainwater will wash away the topsoil. So here, you can't do any farming work here, because the soil, the fertility of the soil, the nutrients in the soil has been washed away by running water or by rain. Okay, so deforestation causes what? Erosion. If you cut all the trees, we expose the land to the weather. So if it shines or if it rains, the soil will be exposed, will what? Have all the effects. But if this place is covered with trees or plants, anytime it rains, the rain will not have direct contact or impact on the soil. The sun will not hit this up straight or directly. So if there are no trees here, this is what will happen. Erosion and what? The soil fertility will be affected. Okay, the next one is that deforestation renders many forest animals homeless. So, you know, most of the animals, or many animals, are in the forest. So if we cut the trees, where are they going to live? Look at this animal. You see, I even feel sorry for it. So if the trees are cut, this is what will happen. They wouldn't get a place to live. So it is now homeless. Not only this animal, many animals. Now let's look at measures to stop people from cutting down trees. So what are you going to do so that people who have been cutting down trees, they will stop, or so that we can get more trees? The first one is that tree planting activities must be encouraged. So we should plant more trees. That is afforestation. you should plant more trees. If you look at this boy, the father is teaching him how to plant trees. So you have seen it. Have you planted tree before? Plant trees. Let's protect our environment. So let's try to plant more trees. If you do that, deforestation will not have any effect on us. Next one, adopt modern farming method that do not involve cutting down trees. Now things are changing. How we used to do things some years back, today we don't do that. So our method of farming, the practices, the things that we do when we are farming, we need to modernize them. We need to make some changes so that there wouldn't be a need for us to cut all trees before we can do our farming work. So that is one thing. The next thing is that timber, charcoal and mining activities that destroy the forest must be stopped. So those who cut down trees for charcoal, for timber, for mining and other things, please, let's try to put a stop to it. 4. Existing laws against illegal deforestation must be enforced. So yes, we have illegal deforestation, unlawful way of cutting down our trees. There are some trees, it is lawful to cut it. There are some lawful ways to cut down trees, and there are some unlawful ways of cutting down trees. So if you cut down trees by unlawful means, you have to be what? You have to be questioned, and the law has to deal with you. So the existing law must be enforced against what? Those who cut trees the wrong way. Okay. Now in summary, we have learned about the importance of trees and the impacts they have on the environment. Human beings and animals depend on trees for survival. Exercise 1 is here, exercise 2, exercise 3, home assignment 1, home assignment 2. So this brings us to the end of the book, page 5. This is the end. Thanks so much. Remember to do the work. Make sure you get copies. Your teachers, your parents are there. Go to them if you have questions. You can also reach out to me if there are questions that you have for me. My name is Paul Williams Ofori. Remember to tell your friends that we are on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. After watching, just subscribe, share, like, follow, comment, help promote our channel. Okay. Once again, my name is Paul Williams. But one more thing. Apart from science, we have Asante tree, Ekuapim tree. They are very good. Get copies. Get copies, eh? Okay. Bye-bye.